I did no squat and flat press. So I could do trap bar and
I would do trap bar and overhead press. No, dumbbells. All right, I'm going to record this video so I can just get it done with for the day. Just give me 1 second. Might be weird listening to it, but I got to do it. Log number 57. Okay, got it. Okay. Log number 57. Okay. Start at the 2-minute mark. Here we go. All right, blog number 57, how to make the exercise habit a non-negotiable. By definition, non-negotiable means it's not open for discussion or modification. So there's 5 tips that I'm going to give you guys to help you make the exercise habit a non-negotiable. So tip number 1 is schedule your workouts on a weekly basis. So before the week starts, look ahead on your week, on your calendar, and make it a point to schedule it. Because what you do on a weekly basis is a direct reflection of what you prioritize in your life. So if you want to make this exercise habit stick, you got to make it a priority. Now, you can be flexible with what day you choose each week, but just remember, you increase your likelihood of completing the habit week in and week out when you have a set day at a set time each week. So if you say, I'm going to work out every week on Wednesdays, you're more likely to schedule things around that day and time. For example, say you schedule your workouts for 6 p.m. on Wednesdays. Something comes up like a dentist appointment or someone wants to have dinner with you. You say, hey, I have my workout scheduled at 6 p.m. on Wednesday. Can I do the appointment at 3 o'clock, or can I do it at 5 o'clock, or can I do it at 8 o'clock? Or say you work around the workout habit. More likely than not, the person you're scheduling with or the business you're scheduling with is going to be flexible with you. So let other people be flexible with your schedule, not the other way around when you're trying to form this habit. I know it can seem awkward or uncomfortable at first, but sometimes you got to say no and feel like you're kind of not the bad guy, but you gotta prioritize things in your life and be okay with being selfish, or seemingly it feels like you're being selfish, but you're really not. You're just prioritizing things in your life and you're saying no to other things. So that's tip number 1, is schedule on a weekly basis. Number 2 is pay ahead of time. So when you use money as a accountability tool, this is also a reflection of what you prioritize in your life. How you spend your money, where you spend your money is how you prioritize things in your life. So if you're paying ahead each month to a gym or to your trainer or wherever, Now there's a feeling of, I got to go do it. So tip number 2 is pay ahead. Tip number 3 is track your progress and don't break the chain. What's up, Rebecca? I'm just recording a video. Tip number 3 is track your progress and don't break the chain. This is a game changer in keeping your momentum alive, because when you mark off the days each week and you can see the small progress each week on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis, on a yearly basis, there's a sense of satisfaction. There's no guessing. Now, when you want to check yourself or talk to other people about how consistent you've been, you can actually be confident and know exactly what days you worked out. So that's tip number 3, is track your progress and try not to break the chain each week. So the chain is like, there's 12 straight weeks. You work out 12 straight weeks and you see, like, you create like this chain as a visual. Tip number 4 is report to someone. Accountability is a must for all of us. When you're held accountable to someone, you're more likely to follow through, because there's a shame factor that if you don't show up. This is where we can use shame to our advantage. Most of the time we use it to make ourselves feel bad, but here's where we can use it to our advantage to help us get to build a habit that's going to be ultimately a positive thing for us in the future. So tip number 4 is report to someone. Tip number 5 is willpower is overrated. So many of us think willpower is something that determines our value, or we can will ourselves to do anything in this life. And maybe you can, but if you're like me, I'm a human who has faults. I fall into and out of temptations. That makes mistakes over and over again. Once you just accept that your willpower is more likely is like a meter. It's like maybe you have 100% of willpower each day, and it's slowly trickling away. And as the day goes on, it gets lower and lower and lower and lower. So if you understand that willpower is going to be a limited resource, and it gets drained by doing certain things, set the game up for you to be successful with the 4 above tips. So when you schedule ahead of time, when you schedule on a weekly basis, when you pay ahead of time, when you track your progress and you report to somebody, that's setting the game up for you to be successful, and you're not relying on your willpower. So those are the 5 tips that I recommend for making the exercise habit a non-negotiable. Ty, what do you think about that? Yeah? What do you think?
Good.
I got Rebecca and Ty. They just walked in the middle of my video. They're throwing me off a little bit, but these are two of my most consistent clients who've been training really consistently for 2 straight years. And whether they realize it or not, they've been doing these five things. So, do you have any hot take on it?
I don't got anything.
Nothing?
No.
But do you think you've made the exercise habit a non-negotiable?
Yeah.
Cool. There he is. Paneet just walked into the video. Here we go. Screwing up the video.